Hey there, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. My name is Angel and I like all things that are mysterious. And you know, I haven't been doing a lot of mysterious stuff. I've been doing a lot of crime stuff lately, and we're just gonna continue on with that trend. I did want to start here though, because you know, I'm always in this area because I live right here. So I'm always in this area, so I wanted to start here. It's a nice, beautiful sunset. I mean, it's kind of cloudy, but it's still nice. And we're gonna go find somewhere else that's very quiet so we can get into this story, right? Right. Alright, so me and my daughter are actually having a little adventure day. I'm gonna take her on a couple things, but then we're also gonna get into the whole point of this video. And it's talking about all the crime in Rockford. Here, let's go down here. Geese. That's the embassy suite. So, oh yeah, look. Let's just start off right here. You know, while we're sitting here talking about crime, this is literally downtown Rockford. There's the BMO right there. And you look right here. Tic-tac-toe siren. That's stupid. They just did this, they just ruined this shit. And they just fucking painted it. You can tell this was like just done not that long ago. They didn't do a very good job. Probably because they knew they were gonna have to do it again. Must be an ongoing issue is what I'm assuming. So yeah, while we're sitting here talking about crime, we'll just kind of see some stuff like that. You'll see probably a lot watching my videos. And I know I've had some people comment and say, well, it looks quiet. Where? I don't know. Somebody just messing around. But yeah, this way. Oh, that's where we went Look, look, that's where we went magnet fishing last summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're on the other side this time. But I'm sure you guys have seen some stuff. I don't know what. But I don't try to hide anything about Rockford. I'm very transparent that it is. I can't even say it's gotten bad because honestly, I'm talking about stories that happened 50, 60 years ago here in Rockford that were horrific. So it just seems like it's one of them things. That is really cool though. Alright, so this used to be something else too. What? I don't know. Made possible by Jennifer First. Illinois, are you up for amazing? Painters District Council 30. 2019. That is really beautiful though. I wonder if that's the people that did that other drawing over there, Alexi. On that one building with the birds. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next spot. So we were gonna wait till we get to the next place, but I literally found this little tunnel. I can't even say I just found it. I've never been in here before. So it's right here off of Broadway. Not Broadway. Main. Not Broadway.
Somebody left their shoe.
Yeah, somebody left their shoe, but we found this tunnel. We're walking through here.
What's that bottle full of?
Probably pee. That looks really old.
What?
Got a fork, battery, bunch of bottles, bunch of glass, so be careful when you're walking. Some lotion. What?
Like there's a blanket.
Some shoes.
Yeah, there's a blanket too. There's a bunch of food and stuff. There's a bunch of clothes.
Tupperware lid.
Is he gonna attack?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just, maybe he's a fan. Do you watch my YouTube channel? I probably caught you on camera before. It's kind of funny that he's just kind of following us. Hey there. So it has taken me 4 days to record this video. I started Friday. Friday was, what, the 10th? Yeah, the 10th. So Friday I tried to record this video. I don't remember what happened. I think it stormed or something. Or it got dark too fast. Oh, it got dark too fast. The next day it stormed. Yesterday I tried to go out on Mother's Day, even though I knew it was going to be a hard day for me since, you know, it's Mother's Day and I don't have my mom. She died last year. So it was really hard trying to get out and record. I just didn't have it in me. But here we are the day after Mother's Day. I'm going to record this video if it's the last thing I do today. I swear to God. So anyways, we were doing this video talking about the crime here in Rockford. I found a few different websites that I'd like to share with you. And I just want to share my perspective on this since I found this. I found it a while ago actually. It was, it's on, it says it's my1053 wjlt.com's website. I'll put the link down in the description box. But it says Illinois is home to one of the most dangerous cities in America, and it's not Chicago. Chicago, Illinois is known for many things aside from being the home of my beloved Cubbies. The Windy City is known for having great food, great shopping, lots of attractions, and lots of crime. Most of us, myself included, this is the person that wrote this is not my opinion, would probably assume that Chicago is the most dangerous city in Illinois, but we would all be wrong. One way to determine which cities are the most dangerous is by looking at their crime rates. U.S. News and World Report did just that by compiling the official data straight from the FBI. They then released a list of the 25 most dangerous cities in America, which includes one city in Illinois, but not the one you're thinking of. It says, what's the verdict for Illinois? According to the latest FBI crime data for 2023-24, the most dangerous city in Illinois and the 12th most dangerous city in the country is Rockford, Illinois. What, really? Yup, it's true. The second largest city in Illinois has one of the highest violent crime rates in the nation. It's important to remember that the crime rate is just one aspect of living in Rockford or any other city. Rockford, also referred to as the City of Gardens, has plenty to be proud of. And I find it funny because it just kind of shuts off at, like, he says that and then it goes to, you know, like things to do. Like, he doesn't even really get into it, and I just found it funny that he kind of touched on it, but he really didn't go nowhere with it. So we're gonna go to another park. We are currently at Ridge Avenue Park, and it's a lot of car traffic. It's very quiet here though. But yeah, and they even have a little playground over there. So anyways, let's go to the next spot. So I'm currently at Collins Park now, and I will put all the locations and everything down in the description box. You guys know how I do. So anyways, the guy only touched part on this crime here in Rockford. Like, he didn't even get into like great detail. He just like, whoa, Rockford was ranked the 12th. Okay, well, you didn't even give us anything, so I'm gonna give us something. So it says Rockford, Illinois has a crime rate of 41 per 1,000 residents, which is higher than most communities in Illinois and the United States. This means that the chance of becoming a victim of a violent or property crime in Rockford is 1 in 24. According to a poll of 65 people, 37% feel safe in Rockford, 34% feel somewhat safe, and 23% don't feel safe. I don't know when they did the survey, but I don't remember ever taking a survey, but honestly, it depends on where you are and what time of the day. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm scared to go outside. I go outside all the time. You guys see me. I go all over the place. It's not that, but you don't see me go out after night. So there's that. Like, I know better. Lesson learned the hard way though. But anyways, it says, with a crime rate of 41 per 1,000 residents, Rockford has one of the highest crime rates in America compared to all communities of all sizes, as we hear probably an ambulance siren in the background. It's so typical. I know you guys hear them all the time in my videos. From the smallest towns to the very largest cities, one's chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime here is 1 in 24. That is really sad, you know. And we are actually going to go to a new spot. It's a very small park. It's got a little playground though. The other one had a little playground too, and it was like around the corner from here, sort of. But let's go to the next spot and we'll touch on some more of this crime in Rockford, shall we? So I'm currently at Rockford Park. And like I said, I'm going to put all the locations in there and everything because I don't remember the street names for a lot of these parks. So in case you're wondering, I'm not going to look it up. It's a dead zone around here. So usually my internet doesn't work. I'm really glad I saved everything on my phone previously, so it's already kind of saved. I don't have to worry about trying to fish it out and try to... There's bugs everywhere at this park though. So anyways, we're at Rockford Park and it's right next to Ingersoll, and it's like a factory. I don't remember what the heck they built here, but they just made this park. This is a brand new built park. It's one of them rubber grounds instead of like the wood chips. It's really nice. So anyways, while we're on our little, we're talking about the crime, this is actually a nicer area, and I'm not really sure why. I think it's because it's the Edgewater district. So it's right a couple streets, it's like right by the river on the west side. So I don't know, everybody talks about how the west side's the bad side, and I'm like, but honestly, it's everywhere. That guy that had injured them people, that rampage or whatever that we talked about, like that was the east side. So I don't think it really matters where you are in Rockford, it's everywhere. So that was the east side. My dad lives by downtown, and they just found a body probably a couple months ago by now though. They found a body in the creek by his house. That's by downtown. They're constantly pulling bodies out of the river by downtown. Like, really, there's no one area that's worse than the other or better than the other. So there's that. But anyways, while we are talking about this, we are gonna get into the other stuff that I had saved. You know, just like I was talking about, like that rampage, that guy had went and broke into people's houses. He stabbed several people. He beat that poor 15-year-old girl to death. That was on the east side. Okay, that's not better. The west side, yeah, there's all kinds of shit going on the west side all the time. But is there a side of town that's worse? No. All in general, on a whole, it's still not good anywhere. Remember the Walmart stabbing? That's like on the verge of Love's Park right there. That wasn't even, it's so crazy, like it's everywhere. And then we talked about the other one. We're talking about the retail theft. You know, I've worked retail several times, and every time I work retail, I hate it. I hate it every single time because people come in and they just steal. And Walgreens is notoriously known that if you try to stop a thief in the process of trying to steal, they will fire you. So, and it's for your own safety as well as everybody else's. So there's that. You know, so you got the retail theft. You know, when I was recently working at Walmart, people were coming in and skip scanning, which is like the biggest thing like that they do right now with them self-checks, is they'll scan like the cheapest shit in their cart, and then they'll just keep bagging everything else. So they call it skip scanning. Or you still got people that come in. We had a guy come in, he put a fucking TV in a cart and just walked right out the store with it. What? Like, I'm not really understanding. So anyways, retail theft is crazy. I found something about the retail theft. Oh, is it gonna load? Oh, it didn't load. Well, is it gonna load? I don't know. I have like 0 bars. It's a dead zone everywhere. Oh, it did load. It says, oh, this is the thing that really cracks me up. It says, in Illinois, retail theft is a Class A misdemeanor if the stolen property is valued at less than $300. So, there we go. The penalties for a first offense are up to 1 year in jail, restitution, and a fine of up to $2,500. If the stolen property is valued at more than $300, the offense is a Class 4 felony, and the penalties are up to 3 years in prison, restitution, and a fine of up to $25,000. So this is why they're still doing it. They go to jail and they get out and they just fucking keep doing it. Like when I worked at Walgreens, people were walking out with cartfuls of shit. Cartfuls of shit. And there was nothing I could do. Well, you know, I'm only like 5 foot. Honestly, like, how am I going to stop a 500-pound person that's like 6 foot from stealing a whole cart of somebody else's shit, you know? I don't know. It just... And then I would complain about it, and they're like, oh, we're never going to get security. No, you're not going to get security. You know what happened to that store? They closed that store because of the theft problem. And it's becoming a problem everywhere. And the reason that people aren't talking about it is because people don't think it's as bad as it is. It really is. And if you work retail, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't work in customer service or retail, you guys don't know how bad it is. It is really bad. You guys are under a false delusion that everything's okay. It's not. They're closing down stores because of theft. That's how bad it is. Pay attention to the news, guys. It's happening. I'm just going to keep saying it, too. I'm like, oh, they're just going to make distribution centers and you're not going to be able to go into a physical store no more. That's what's going to end up happening. Everything's going to transition to online because they know that the people that can't or don't want to go and do online ordering, they'll find a way to get them their stuff. They'll make magazines for them people. Who knows? And then they'll send them to their house. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to order the shit over the phone. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I don't think there's going to be many physical stores left. So anyways, we talked about the retail theft. Oh, this is one that I wrote down. It's not really a crime, but it pisses me off. I have lost count just this school year alone. Okay, so from August 2023 to right now, which is it's May 13th, 2024. I have lost count on the amount of times that somebody has pulled the fire alarm at my son's high school. Lost track of time. The lost track of times that it's been done. It's more than a handful. It seemed like a couple times a week this whole school year. Who's not monitoring these fucking fire alarms? I don't understand. I'm really not understanding a lot because I feel like that's a targeted attack, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if somebody's pulling the fire alarm like that, it's like they're trying to test the system. Okay, there was a day that it was like negative degrees outside. Someone pulled the fire alarm and my son had to go stand outside in the cold. He didn't have time to go get his shit because they thought it was a real fire because somebody pulled the fucking fire alarm. So they're all outside, negative degree weather, waiting for the fire department to come there and clear everybody to go back into the building, right? How does nobody think that that's not like somebody testing the system to see if they can't commit some kind of Columbine situation again? Why am I the only one that's recognizing this? And I'm really glad that this is my son's last year at that school, and I'm really hoping that my daughter don't have to go to that school. She's only in elementary, so I got some time. Hopefully we won't be living in Rockford no more. You know, it's just getting worse here. My friend actually pulled her kids out of school because of how bad the bullying is. You know, and good for her that she could do that, but not everybody can. You know? I don't know. It is what it is. So, let's see. Oh, we're actually going to go to the next location, and I'll get into this next one. I'll see you there. So, we're in the basement. It's starting to rain. So we came back to the basement because I really want to finish this story. So if I have to be in the basement to do it, so be it. We're going to finish the story right now because I didn't get no information from the original post that I had seen or whatever. I looked more into it. I wanted to give you guys like the full story. I don't feel like we've gone deep enough yet. So the next story that I wanted to share with you guys was something that happened very close to my parents' house as well. Let's see.
Here it is. So I don't remember what day it happened. It was right after my mom passed away. So this was published on, it says July 9th, 2023. So the WIFR website says that Antonio Monroe of Blue Island, Illinois, is suspected of killing a 10-year-old girl Saturday in Rockford. This is also one of those crimes where there's not going to anyone who's not impacted, Rockford Mayor Tom McNamara said. Rockford police officers were called to the kidnapping and murder just after 12 p.m. Saturday, July 8th in the 1200 block of 9th Avenue, which is right by my parents' house. According to Rockford Police Chief Carla Red, a woman says her 6-year-old daughter told her a man took her 10-year-old sister. From the time my phone rang yesterday in regards with this incident, my stomach has been in a knot, Red said. Outraged is just one word McNamara and Red can agree on to describe their reaction to the death of a 10-year-old girl. We're not living in a time where you just leave your kids outside playing and no one to watch over them, Red said. Kids aren't doing anything wrong, but unfortunately, there's individuals out there that will cause harm to them. Officers found a girl around 12:40 p.m. outside of the above address. They performed life-saving measures on her. She was taken to a local hospital where she later died. Police eventually located a man who matched the description of the suspect near 9th Avenue and Woodruff Avenue. The suspect was later identified as Antonio Monroe, and he was taken into custody and transported to a local hospital for an unrelated issue. He will be taken to the Winnebago County Jail upon his release from the hospital. Monroe is a registered sex offender in Blue Island. He faces the following charges: first-degree murder, attempted murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, 1 count of aggravated battery via strangulation. Chief Red says the 6-year-old girl was also strangled by the suspect. She was treated and released. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I just don't understand how someone has this in their being to do something like this to something as sweet and beautiful as that, McNamara said. Local police records show no prior contact with Monroe. No one ever wants to get a knock on the door and hear from the police that your child has been murdered, especially an innocent child, Red said. Police went to the mom's home shortly after afternoon Saturday after this. It's a lot of afters in here. The 6-year-old reported her sister was taken. They found the 10-year-old around 12:40 p.m. Oh, I guess I just don't get to... Okay. Growing up in the city, I had the ability to stay outside and play until the street lights came on, Red said. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore due to sick individuals that managed to make their way into the community. Family and friends of the girl gathered Sunday night to celebrate her life with a balloon release. The girl's mother told 23 News her daughter liked playing basketball and wanted to be a nurse. So there's that. So that literally happened shortly after. So that was July 9th. My mom passed away June 22nd. So I was still oblivious to the world around me because I was still going through that. Okay. So, but I do remember it because I also have a daughter who's a young kid, you know, and right now my daughter's 9. So this could happen. That's why we're supposed to make sure we keep an extra eye on our kids. Make sure you know where your kids are. That's why. Like, my daughter knows she can't just play outside in the front. She either has to be in our house, in the backyard, or at her friend's house next door. That's it. I don't allow that. I tell her why, too. I'm like, there's sick people out here. And then she understands. Because I'm like, there's sick people out here, they'll take you away, and they'll do bad things to you. Like, sometimes you gotta tell your kids stuff so that they'll understand. Because they don't understand this world. They think that it's innocent like them, that it's not out there to get them, but it really is. So, how many times now have I mentioned that I believe that there's a serial killer in Rockford? And how many times I've said, oh, they found another body in the river. How many times? I've lost count. I've literally lost count, okay? So I did a little more deep diving into this whole serial killer thing. And, you know, there actually was a known serial killer here in Rockford. I wouldn't call him a serial killer. I find it funny that he's listed as a serial killer. But we're going to talk about him a different time. Okay? But just know that there was a serial killer here in what they're labeling a serial killer here in Rockford, Illinois. But anyways, we'll touch on that a different time. Because he was just a sick guy. So, on February 19th, 2024, a 60-year-old man named Larry Sanford was found dead in the Rock River near downtown Rockford. Now, this is very recent. This is February 19th, 2024. Okay? 60-year-old man. They pulled him out of the river. He's dead. A bystander called authorities around 3 p.m. after seeing the body floating in the river near Indian Terrace. Fire department personnel removed the body from the river, and the coroner's office pronounced Sanford. We seen a headstone at Greenwood Cemetery, and I actually pointed out because I was like, oh, Sanford. Oh, nope, that's Safford. This guy's last name is Sanford. Larry Sanford. So I wonder, is he related to the people that are buried there under them headstones? Wow. So anyways, let's just keep going. It's such a small world. So there's that one. And I know there's more, but this one's just going to keep talking about this one. Yep. February 2024, February 2024, February 2024. Like, everybody's talking about this one, right? Wait a minute. Here's one from April 20th, 2023. Death not suspicious after body found in Rock River. Authorities put the pieces together Friday about how a man was found dead this week. An autopsy by the Winnebago County Coroner's Office showed nothing suspicious, according to the Winnebago County Sheriff's Department. So that one wasn't suspicious. Did they ever announce what that person's name was? Nope. I don't see anything about that person's name here. But just know there's been several. These are just two. But I promise you, every time something happens, I mention it. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but I'm very transparent about what the hell's going on here in Rockford, Illinois, while I'm telling all these other stories and stuff. You know, I try to keep you guys informed of what's going on and everything. But we're going to keep going, because we're going to finish this one, right? So I talked about that one. We talked about the bodies in the Rock River. Why I believe that there's a serial killer. Bodies found in Rockford. So, that was that one again. Oh, you remember how I was just saying too, right? So on March 4th, nope, March 2nd. So this story takes place on March 2nd of this year. So March 2nd, 2024. Body found in Keith Creek, identified as Rockford man. Remember I told you there was a body that was found in the creek by my dad's house? This is that one. It says more tests are needed to determine how a Rockford man died, the Winnebago County Coroner's Office said Monday. I don't like the Winnebago County Coroner's Office because they held my mom for 10 days for no reason. They didn't do an autopsy, and they really made it so we couldn't get an autopsy either. So I don't like them. Because, yeah, they will never know because of them what happened, why my mom's not here. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to hold a grudge for the rest of my whole life about the Winnebago County Coroner's Office. I don't care. Anyways, the body of Hiram Dabney, 63, was discovered around 3 p.m. Sunday, March 2nd on the banks of Keith Creek near the 700 block of South 6th Street after someone called 911. The Rockford Police Department is investigating. I swear, these are just several. Like, oh God, I remember this one. Here's another one. March 20th, 2023. This one I'm just going to give you guys a very brief synopsis because we really need to get through this. Rockford man charged with stealing funeral home van with body of man inside arrested in Green Bay. Collins and Stone Funeral Home director in Rockford, Illinois, accused of unprofessional conduct, failure to account for personal property. The Rockford man charged in the theft of a funeral home van with a body inside earlier this year, has been arrested in Green Bay, Wisconsin, Rockford Police said Monday. Brown County Police took Dion Howard, 23, into custody Sunday morning after a traffic stop, Rockford Police said. Howard was charged with unlawful possession of a stolen vehicle and abuse of a corpse in January, Rockford officials said. So it says Curtis Brown, 47, of Rockford, was pronounced dead earlier that month at a local hospital, the coroner's office said. He died from natural causes. Brown's body was then released from the hospital to Collins and Stone Funeral Home staff, the coroner's office said. A Collins and Stone Funeral Home van was later reported stolen from the Rockford facility with Brown's body inside. The van was found in Chicago in the 1400 block of East 87th Street, near the border of Avalon Park and Calumet Heights. I don't know if I said that right. Rockford Police said the body that was inside, which officials said was in a bag and not a coffin, was still missing. The body was later found behind a vacant home in the 8200 block of South Manistee Avenue in the South Chicago neighborhood. It was not immediately clear if the body was still in its bag. There's not much more. So there's that one. So we talked about that one. We've talked about past crimes that have happened here all in the early 1900s, late 1800s. I've talked about several different stories that I found that happened here in Rockford. I don't know why it shut off. Anyways, we're going to keep going. I don't know why the GoPro shut off. It's not hot. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Anyways, we're going to keep going because that's what we're doing. We're just trying to get this story done right now. So we've talked about many different crimes that have happened here. I've talked about the bodies that they keep pulling out of the Rock River. I've talked about the Walmart stabbing. I talked about that what they call and labeled a stabbing rampage, but it wasn't just stabbing. He also beat somebody to death with a baseball bat and broke into people's homes. So there's that. We talked about that. I took you around Rockford. I've shown you guys different areas of Rockford so that way you guys can see firsthand. So that way you get to make your own impression, right? So yeah, is there crime everywhere? Pretty sure there is crime everywhere. Is it this bad? No, I don't think crime anywhere else is this bad. But let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we can talk about stuff that's physically happened to me. So these are my own stories. And I don't make it a habit to usually talk about myself on here. But I have been a victim of crimes here in Rockford, Illinois, myself. I've been mugged. When I was 16, 17, me and my friends were walking home from a friend's house. It was late at night. And we had a couple of 10-year-old kids come up to us and hold up a gun. And I was really upset about this whole thing because they wanted my purse. I didn't want to give them my purse, right? My friends were like, just give him the purse. And I was like, no, I'm not just going to give him my purse. Well, I ended up, he kind of took it, like snatched it, and I kind of gave it to him in the same, right? Because I was just done fighting. I just wanted to go home at that point. And I wasn't even going home. I was going back to my friend's house that I stayed with at that time. So anyways, I was mugged by like 10-year-olds. They had like a gun. Who knows if it was real? It was dark. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Should I have been out there at that time? No. Did I also have a good home life? There's another no. I didn't want to be at home on purpose. Okay? It was not a good home life when I was there. It was literally not a good situation for me to be a part of. Was it smart for me at 16, 17 to be outside at 2 o'clock in the morning? No. Do I know that now? Yeah, because now I know what happens when, and like I said, you guys have all seen my videos. They're usually shot during the day. I usually go out during the day, go shoot footage. It's very rare to see me go out at night, let alone to go try to shoot a video at night here in Rockford. I would not do that. It's not safe. I will be the first one to admit it is not safe to be here walking around at midnight or even after like 10 o'clock. There's no way. That's when all the bad shit happens. Like That's the easiest way to put it. I promise you, most of the shootings and stuff that happens overnight here. So at night, nobody usually leaves their houses. And that's just how it's been for several years now. I have been jumped numerous times. I was 16, 17 years old. I got jumped outside of a club that me and my friends had went to because the girl heard that I was dating her boyfriend or something like that. I don't even remember what the stupid story was. Wasn't even true anyways. And she was just jealous is the best way to put it. I don't know. I don't understand her whole story. It didn't make sense. I didn't date her boyfriend. I don't know what she's talking about. I had a boyfriend. Okay? I didn't care about hers. One time I was jumped outside the Satio. That was a nightclub that me and my friends used to go to. Remember, I used to go to the Coyotes too. That was after they closed down the Satio. And then we went out to Coyotes. There's a couple other times I got jumped and stuff too. Just out at night doing stupid stuff, right? I've learned my lesson. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but just don't go out at night here. You'll might be okay. It's a lot safer. Doesn't mean it's going to stop everybody though. So, these two kind of tie together since I'm talking about stuff that's happened to me personally while we're talking about the crime here in Rockford. The second time that I was jumped was literally 2 houses away from my own house. So I lived upstairs. My mom lived downstairs in my old apartment. My grandparents owned the apartment building. Okay. There was an empty vacant lot next to that. No, there's an apartment building next to that, and then an empty vacant lot and this apartment building, right? So before they tore down this apartment building, somebody had lived there. And they had dogs. And we are 100% sure that they are the reason that our cats... Don't know why it shut off again. Something's seriously going on. Like, my phone's been acting wonky, which is why I came home that and it started raining. And now the GoPro keeps shutting off here. And I don't understand that because we're at home. It's not overheating. It's not overheating. I don't understand what's going on. So we're going to try it one last time. We're going to try to finish this. I promise you guys. I'm really sorry. I worked really hard on this and I really wanted to just tell you guys my side of this whole crime thing. Okay. So where I was going with this is there was a house that was 3 houses away from my house. Okay. My dad had gotten into an altercation with these people that own these dogs because we had seen their dogs chasing our cats. Okay. So my dad confronted them on this, and then like 5 big dudes come out on my dad, and I was pulling up and I got out of the car and I'm like, Dad, what the fuck's going on? What, you know, like, what's going on? And he's like, go in the house, go in the house. And I'm like, no. And I was walking up, and as I'm walking up, right, there was a girl. I use girl loose term. So I'm 5 foot, okay? I weigh like maybe 120 pounds. Back then, same thing. 5 foot, 120 pounds. I'm not very big. I'm very small, okay? This woman was like 5'8" and weighed like 400 pounds at least, okay? She comes barreling down the fucking stairs at me, and she's like, you fucking bitch. The only reason she didn't like me, okay, is because she was fucking jealous. She's like, you and your fucking hair, I'm sick and tired of your fucking... She was talking about my fucking hair. My hair. She hated me because of my fucking hair. She grabbed me by my hair, okay? Grabbed me by my hair, right here. And you see how I'm missing hair right here? It's because she grabbed... Wait. Nope, it's this side. It's this side. She grabbed me by my fucking hair right here and yanked my hair out of my fucking head, okay? It's never gonna grow back. If you guys are ever wondering where my hair is on this side, that's what happened. I got jumped. And the bitch ripped my hair out of my fucking head. As she's laying her 400 fucking pound ass on top of me, she ripped my hair out of my fucking head. Okay? My dad ended up picking her up by her fucking hair and throwing her off of me. And then he helped me up, and we went on about, you know, my dad took me into the house, right? And shut the door and locked the door. He's like, we're not fucking... He's like, call the cops. Call the cops. Call the cops. The bitch went to fucking jail. She went to jail because my whole side of my fucking face was bleeding because she tried to fucking scalp me. Okay, it's the best thing to do. Because you can tell I'm missing a bunch of hair. And this is back when Quentin was a baby. So it was almost 18 years ago. It's never gonna grow back. Okay? So yeah, we called the cops. That bitch went to jail. And you know why they're taking her to jail? Because I'm looking like this, right? She's like, I'm pregnant. I looked at her and I'm like, you're fucking pregnant and you ran down them stairs and belly flopped onto me like I was a fucking pool or something, right? Oh my God. Anyways, okay. Just in case you guys were ever wondering, remember, I'm very transparent. I will tell you guys stuff. Maybe I don't like to talk about myself because I don't have a lot of good shit to say. I have a lot of bad shit that's happened to me. Here's the last one. I'm gonna really throw this one out there. I've been raped. I was raped on 2 separate occasions when I was 16. One of them, one of the times that I was raped, I was 2 houses away from my own house. When the guy snatched me up, drugged me into this fucking abandoned house, and raped me. Then there was another time that I went to a party and I was all fucking drunk and shit. And one thing led to another and I got raped. Both circumstances, I didn't feel like a fucking victim. I felt like if I went to the cops, they're like, well, why are you out here at 2 o'clock in the morning? Probably because I don't want to go at home because I wasn't safe at home. I didn't have a good home life. Me and my mom fought a lot. That's part of the problem I'm having with dealing with my mom's death. Is that I can't even say fought. My mom hated me when I was a teenager. My mom used to beat the shit out of me all the time. All the time when I was a teenager. That's why I didn't want to be at home. My mom would get drunk and beat the fuck out of me. That's why I didn't want to be at home. So because I wasn't at home, I was out on the fucking streets. And I was bouncing around on friends' couches and stuff. And that was my life when I was 16, 17 years old. As I got older, I decided that I wanted to have a relationship with my mom. And I really tried really hard to reestablish a relationship with her. And it was mediocre at best. Like, I love my mom. I miss her every fucking day. And it was really hard yesterday. But these are all these emotions I've been going through. This is what's making everything so hard with me with this whole grief thing with her. But I never felt like a fucking victim, even though I've been mugged, jumped, raped. I never felt like a victim. If anything, I felt like talking about it was gonna make me look bad. Why? That's what people put in their heads. It doesn't make me look bad. Should I have not been there? Absolutely. I should not have ever been out in them situations. Is there reasons why? Yeah, there's really good reasons why. When everything's said and done though, this all helped me learn what not to do, where I didn't want to be at in life. I mean, the way I was heading, I was going to end up dead in a ditch when I was like 16, 17. So some things changed immediately in my head. And that's kind of where like I really started to grow, like getting better as a person, more independent, and then trying to work through my own traumas all in the same. You know, I was married at 18. There's that. I mean, I've lived one hell of a life here. And there's been crime speckled throughout my whole life. Just speckled throughout my whole life. I remember when I was like 9, my dad getting beat up by the police because they got his name wrong. I can't even say they got his name wrong. They mistaked him for a different man with the same name that had a different birthday. No, different birth year. Same name, same name, different birthday. They couldn't tell that my dad wasn't a 50, 60-year-old man when he was like 20, early 30s. And that's just sick to me. And they beat the hell out of my dad in front of me. And I was like 9. Maybe younger. I don't like the police here. It's the police beat my dad up so much in front of my face. that I can't help but hate them. He won't even be doing anything wrong. So this whole cop thing goes along with this crime thing because you're supposed to trust the cops. I have no trust for them. They will be the last people I call in an emergency situation. The last people I call. Why? Because I don't trust them. I've watched too much stuff with my own eyes to trust somebody like this. But anyways, this is all my own story. You know, I have been mugged. I have been jumped. I have been raped. I've had a lot of shit happen to me here in Rockford, Illinois. Is it bad here? Yeah. I don't think it's good anywhere, though. Just like people are like, well, the east side of Rockford isn't that bad. That's where that whole rampage happened. Within a couple blocks span, we talked about this. You know, there's no good part of Rockford. Best thing I can take from this, life is what you make it. Okay? You don't know what's going to happen. I say this all the time. You know, losing my mom really made me question how critical and how short life really is, and how one little thing, and you might not wake up tomorrow, okay? And you won't never find out what happened because you live in Rockford, Illinois, and Winnebago County Coroner's Office really fucked me over. You know, like, if you're gonna keep her for 10 fucking days, do an autopsy so we can find out what happened to my mom. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. They also didn't really try to help us get our mom. When we found the funeral home, that's when we got our mom. We should have went to Olson's a lot sooner. Instead of relying on the Winnebago County Coroner's Office. But anyways, on that note, you guys know my story about this crime here in Rockford, Illinois. I would like to know if you have any crimes that have happened, if it's, you know, kind of like this where you live at as well. Also comment down below where you live at and what kind of crimes you guys have experienced. I would like to share that with you. Anyways, if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. And as always, I really appreciate you. And I really hope you have a good day. And just know that I appreciate every time you watch my videos and for all the support you guys have given me throughout all this time. I can't ever repay you for all the nice things you guys have said to me to help me cope with all of this that I've been going through in the last year. And I truly want you to know how much I appreciate that, and I will never forget it. I really hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.